Welcome students. Today we are going to study about the different topic of circulation, that is transportation in plant. In today's topic we are going to study how the transportation take place in plant. We have already studied about the circulation or circulatory system in animals as well as human being. But if we talk about the plant, is there any circulatory system found in the plant? Obviously not. Then how the different kinds of substances move up and down throughout the plant? It is a point that is needed to be studied. So let's start our journey toward the transportation in plant. We know the plant do photosynthesis, and for this process they need some raw material. So from where do they get the raw material? All those raw material for photosynthesis they get mainly from the soil, as like water, nitrogen, phosphorus and other minerals. So these substances are present inside the soil. So these are obviously dissolved in water, and this water is mainly absorbed by the root, and I know that you all know about it very well. But there should be a mechanism which should help to absorb these substances from the soil, and it transport to the different part of the leaves where there is a requirement of this raw material for the preparation of photosynthesis, for the preparation of the food by the process of photosynthesis. After the process of photosynthesis, the food material is formed and it present inside the leaves. So this food is required for the whole plant, from the upper part to the lower part, means each and every living cell require this food products. So this food product is also required to be transported from the leaves to the each and every cells which are living. So how do the food that is produced inside the leaves move from leaves to the different parts of requirement? So today we are going to study these two things. Let's start. The absorption of this substance occur with the help of root. This is known to you. In small herbaceous plant like carrot, like grass, and like you can say tomato, they are very small plant. So all substances are absorbed by the root and they goes to the leaves by simple process, and this process is diffusion. We will study in detail what is diffusion just after this. Just wait. So simple diffusion is responsible for the transport of water, mineral to simple diffusion is required. By the simple diffusion, the water and mineral can easily be transported through by the help of root through stem to the different parts of leaves. But in the big plant, suppose there is a plant of 50 feet long, how these substances will move? Because simple diffusion is not enough to help in the movement of all water, mineral and all things, because there is another force which prevent the supply of these things, like gravitational force. Although all substances go to the different part of the leaf every day by opposing the gravitational force also. So how these things reach in the big plant? It is a very important thing to be studied. So there must some forces that help in the movement of these substances. Let's see. But in big plant, diffusion process is not sufficient to provide the raw material. Means diffusion cannot able to send the raw material from the root to the leaves in the big plant. Therefore, a proper system of transport is essential in such situation. So, this proper system of transport have several kind of forces that help in the transport of required water, mineral and other substances. Plant transport system help to move energy store, means glucose, from the leaves to the different part. I already discussed you that after photosynthesis glucose form in the leaves, and this glucose is required to be transported to the different part, because food is requirement of all living cell. Without food the cell cannot live, cannot survive. So this food which the plant has formed after the process of photosynthesis should be transported to the different part of the cell, different part of the plant, to each and every living cell. So the two pathways there. Which are the two pathways? First, water and mineral goes to the leaves. This is the one pathway. Water and mineral goes to the leaves, and this is done by xylem. And after the photosynthesis, food is transported on the both direction. The growing tip into the leaves and the other parts of the leaves. In the all direction food is transported. So two pathway can easily be seen. Pathway means way through which the substances goes. So there are two pathway. One, the pathway through which water and mineral goes to the different part, and other pathway through which food goes to the different part of the plant. So these two pathways present in the plant in form of bundle or vascular bundle. So what are the two different pathway? That is xylem and phloem, and xylem and phloem together make a bundle like structure, and this bundle like structure is called vascular bundle, because this vascular bundle contain different kind of vessels, that is either the both the xylem and phloem. So let's have a study. Xylem is a vessel which help in the transport of absorbed water and mineral from the root to the leaves. So what is the main function of xylem? Xylem helps in the transport of water and mineral, which have I already discussed. Next, what is the function of phloem? Let's have see. Phloem is the vessel which help in the transport of energy reserve. Energy reserve means glucose, and the glucose which is formed by the process of photosynthesis inside the leaves. So this glucose is required to be transported to the different part of the plant, because it is the requirement of each and every living cell. I think understood. Let's start our journey toward the transport of water. So water is transported, water and mineral mainly. Water and mineral both are transported with the help of xylem tissue. And in class 9 you have already studied that there are 4 kinds of xylem: xylem vessel, xylem trachea, xylem parenchyma and xylem fiber. And I have several times asked you what is the function of xylem fiber. Xylem fiber is though a non-living kind of xylem, so it helps in maintaining the mechanical strength of the plant. It does not help in transportation. Xylem parenchyma, it helps in transportation, although it helps in the storage of water and mineral. But the two xylem, that is xylem vessel and xylem trachea, actively take part in transport of water and mineral. So if the question has been given to you, name the kind of xylem which actively take part in transport of water and mineral, then what would you write? You must write the xylem vessel and the xylem trachea. These two xylem help in the transport of water and mineral. Okay, let's among four, you can see I have given the some figure over here. You can see the channel is there. Two channels are there, no? These two channels, you can see the movement is going upward. So obviously it would be xylem, because through xylem water move only in the upward direction. Remember it. Through xylem the movement of water and mineral take place anti-gravitational, means from root to the leaves. But in case of food transport can take place in both the direction. Means you can see the food prepared in this leaf is moved in the upward direction as well as below also. So food can move in both direction. You can say bidirectional. So this one is xylem and this one is phloem. Understood? Because the movement of the food take place in both direction, while the movement of water and mineral take place in one direction, from root to the leaves, upward direction. Understood? Let's see it detail. Yeah, you can see here the water is absorbed and go to the leaves, and the food that is prepared after inside the leaves is transported both the growing part as well as to the root, because root is working over here. So roots also require energy for average of the working, and this energy can only be obtained by food. So all the cells in the root that are living require food, and this required food is transported by phloem. Let's see xylem trachea. As I already told you, xylem vessel and xylem trachea of the root, stem and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous water conducting channel and reaching to all part of the plant, and it is the xylem that help in the transport of water and mineral. Next the root absorb water and mineral by certain process. So what are the different process that help in the transport of water and mineral? Simple diffusion, osmosis, active transport, passive transport, root pressure, and transpiration pull. So there are about 6 kind of forces or processes that help in the transport of water and mineral from root to the different parts of the plant up to the leaves. So let's have a see. What is called diffusion? I have given a figure over here. Suppose you have taken a beaker and you have given some drop of ink or any color. What will happen? The color will spread throughout the liquid, and after some time you can see the color spread all together in the liquid, fully spread and mixed together. So it is diffusion. Diffusion is a process in which mineral or any substances that is move from their higher concentration to lower concentration. The ink is highly concentrated. When it pour into the water is low concentrated. So movement of particle from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. Ink is higher concentration and water is lower concentration. So you can say ink is totally distributed throughout the water. The movement of any particle from their higher concentration to their lower concentration When both of them are in direct contact, yeah, you can see the ink is direct contact with the water. When both of them are in direct contact, then it is called diffusion. I have already written the definition over here. You can see the movement of solute from their higher concentration to lower concentration when they are in direct contact is called diffusion. It does not require any energy for the movement of the particle. So how it help in the plant?